Hi, students. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is the launch, the kickoff for Library Live throughout the spring semester on Tuesday afternoons at 4:30. We will be having a series of workshops to help students navigate the library website, the resources. We will talk about all sorts of different things, how to use databases, how to start your research is the topic of our Library Live session today. And I'm really happy that you're here. I want to introduce my colleague, Holly Yu. She's a librarian here at Cal State L.A. and Holly will be doing the workshop today. Keep in mind that the workshop will also be recorded, so you can have a look at the recording at a later date.
So welcome, students. Thank you so much for coming. As Lati has already introduced me, my name is Holly Yu. I have been working in the library for the past 20 years, and I'm doing a lot of technical work behind the scene to get all the resources that you need and present them to you and set up a search engine for you to find them. But my favorite thing to do is to answer your questions. So I'm so happy today that I have the opportunity to share with you how to start library research, some fundamentals that which I hope it's going to be helpful, because during my undergraduate studies, I wish I could have this kind of opportunity, so I was not going to struggle so much. I did struggle for the first 2 years until my junior time. Someone coming talking, a professor coming talking about how you should do research. That was eye-opening. So before that session, I was a mediocre student. And after that session, I was a straight A student, and that made a huge difference in my life. So I'm so passionate about this kind of session. I see the use, and through myself and some other students, when I had the session, they come back to tell me that they wish they could have this session when they're freshmen. So it's never going to be too late. So so hopefully we will all learn something today. So what we are going to do today is, these are our agenda items. So we are going to learn define research topic and your resource needs. And very often your professor said, hey, we're going to do a 5-page research report, and you will be use at least 3 articles or 2 books. So you have this assignment in hand. Where are you going to start? So we are going to take you through this process. And then after that, we're going to learn some background information about your research topic and how you can define your research focus. Sometimes when you have a broad topic, it's so hard to grasp. So then once we have these 2 on the way, then we are going to identify keywords and the terms we can use when we put into the search engine to find the books and articles you need. Then after that, and we are going to do actually a research part, how to use the research tools. It's very easy. It's just like a Google. That's how we wanted to design library search tool, just Google-like. It's very easy to use. I'm going to show you. And then how you can use it effectively. So these are our research goals, instructional goals for today. So hopefully we can, after the session, you feel all comfortable that you have learned all of these things. Okay, do you all have your handouts? Okay.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so let me stop sharing, because I need to go back to my stop sharing this. And do you see the library homepage? right now? Yes?
Yes, Holly.
Okay, great. So if you can all open that handout, and we are going to do step-by-step process following that handout. On the top of that handout, I listed 5 objectives. Sort of this is for your lifetime objective as a student here at Cal State L.A. And today we're going to focus on the top 2 that highlighted in yellow. And first, it's define research topic and the information needs. And the second is access the needed information. Okay. So again, you get this assignment, and for example, maybe on the topic of social media, and how you are going to do. Your professor said you have to use 3 articles and 2 books in your report. What is the next step you're going to do? And in my past experience, and I would ask this question in classroom, and many students will raise their hand and will just say Googling it, right? And you can Googling it, but library has vast scholarly research resources, and your professor would want you to use resources. So the first thing is, don't go to Google. And Google has a lot of commercial information, but not research resources, scholarly resources. So what are we going to do to trying to first to find a focused topic? Social media, it's very broad, right? It can go all different directions, and it will be hard if you don't have focused topic to do research, find article books you need, and later on to write based on your reading of these books. So the first thing that we wanted to do, we wanted to find a little bit of short articles that they're encyclopedia article to provide you with some background information. Now, during this process, I would be fine if you wanted to find a Wikipedia article to read, but taking into grain of thought that Wikipedia articles is contributed by all people. So it may not be that accurate, some of the information. So what I would suggest you to use library reference resources. So this is the first step we wanted to do to find the background information about your topic. And so let's say we type in social media, right? And then we hit enter. Okay, so to find that background information, you can do from 2 different ways to do that. The easiest way, it's use library OneSearch box that you find it on the library's homepage. Do we all know how to access the library homepage? Anyone?
Maybe if you could remind us.
Okay, the library homepage is just, if you go to campus homepage, like a Cal State L.A., right? And you can just click on this library link right here, and that drops you to the library homepage. Or you can just type in library following the campus web address. So it's very easy to get to the library homepage. And once you are on the homepage, you will see a big OneSearch box. As I mentioned, OneSearch box, it's a research tool. It's like a Google. It's very easy to use. And going back to where we are and how you can find a short encyclopedia article to learn a little bit more about social media, and then find out what are sorts of the area that you can focus on. And so you type in social media and you click on search. And once you find the results right here, it including everything, right? Including videos, books, and articles, right? And so if you just want an encyclopedia article, what do is you're going to the left-hand side, and then under resource type, and this is alphabetically ordered resource type. So encyclopedia start with E, and you're just going to E section, you see encyclopedia, and you click on that. And you can just see those all encyclopedia entries right here. You can just glance it through, then find one that might be interested to you to take a look, read of it. And you click, and then you can just click the reference link, then you will have access to it. Now, this is the one way you can access those encyclopedia articles. It's very easy right from library homepage. The second method I wanted to show you is to use specific databases. The library has over 300 databases, and some of them, there are reference databases, but everything that we use in the database on the database list is covered by OneSearch. So OneSearch, just think OneSearch as a big umbrella, including everything, all the resources that we have. But if you wanted to search a specific database for encyclopedia articles, you can do that by clicking on database link. And then from here, I listed on the handouts that there are Cradle Reference, Gale Virtual Reference Library, and the Gale Opposing Viewpoints. So if you know the database name, you can just go down the list to the alphabetical area to access it. But if you wants to have a concentrated reference resources, you can just go to all database type and select references. That way you will get a list of databases just, just for reference material. So I wanted to, the first item listed on my handout, it's a Cradle Reference. Let's take a look. And this is one of the fund database. Okay, this is a perfect opportunity that I share a little bit about access. So whenever you're off campus, you try to access library resources, you always want to, first of all, you always want to start from library homepage when you're doing your research. And when you get onto a specific resources you try access, now you needed to type in your login ID and password. Your login ID is just your email ID. Without at calstatela.edu, then your password, you just type in your password, then you should have access to any resources listed on the library webpage. And now we are accessing Cradle Reference, and then you can type in again social media, and then we can doing a. This is a very cool reference tool. Once you type in, it has a sort of like a word cloud or mapping, and then you can just select any topic area of your interest regarding social media. If you are particularly interested in social media marketing, and then you can just click on social media marketing, and then you will have list of social media marketing articles. Then you can just choose some one of them to read it, right? So today I'm not going to spend time to read through some of those articles. So what I wanted to do is to just show you the method. So after you read some of the articles maybe take you 5 or 10 minutes to do. Then you have sort of idea what you wanted to write about it. And so the next step is for you to try to come up with a focused research topic. Do you all have your handouts open? Sorry. Or do you want me to share it online
Yeah,
or you?
if you wanted to show it to us, but I think the students have the handout. I'll also upload it again just in case.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So if you can have that open, that would be great. So the next thing we wanted to look, it's still on the step 1. And there is a box. It says, what are the influence of social media marketing on young consumer? This is the topic that I came up with after reading some of those encyclopedia, getting background information about social media. And this is something that I'm interested in writing. So this is a very critical stage because this will help you to focus your research to an area. Look, right now we have focused our research from social media down to social media marketing and how social media marketing influence young consumers, right? Okay. So after that, and then the next thing we wanted to focus is to try to find the keywords. And if you follow this handouts, we will have the keywords young consumer, right? And influence, right? And the media marketing, right? And the social media. So once we have these keywords and we are sort of ready to start doing research, right? And in the fall, like, Lottie, do you think I should share? Maybe I should.
Yeah, that would be good. So we can kind of see an example.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, great. So after we have this focused question, what we can do is to just get our keywords like influence, social media, and marketing, and young consumers. So then we can write down those keywords, and those are the keywords that we will import in the search box that will retrieve matching articles and books for us, right? And sometimes the research is really an exploration process. Sometimes some of the keywords may not retrieve exactly what you want in your search results. So you also want to develop some synonyms to each of the keywords. This is where this full box is. And influence, we have impacts, effects, and young consumer. We can have teen consumers, useful consumers, and social media. We can have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. And the marketing, we can have advertising, promotion, publicizing. So these are some of the alternative words that you can use and in your research.
Holly,
And yes.
may I ask a question? So, so I think, like, are you saying that first of all, we have to go like to kind of get some background information about a topic? We would go to something like Cradle Reference, like the database you showed us.
Mm-hmm.
And that would give us a short encyclopedia type of article. And that article would give us background information and then some of these words that you're using in these little boxes that you're showing us. Is that right?
Yes, exactly, Letty. Thank you for summarizing that. And yes, the whole purpose to reading a short article about your topic, because when in the beginning you have a very broad topic, just social media. After reading a couple of articles, you have very good idea what you wanted to focus on. Then you can come down with a research question. Basically, when you write your reports. You are trying to find the resources to answer your research question. So you have to have a focused research question before you even start doing research. Reading an encyclopedia article will give you that background information, give you that kind of focus. Even though sometimes you feel like I don't want to waste this time, but 5 or 10 minutes of your time, it will give you better research quality and reduce frustration and eventually a better writing, better paper for you. So I would do this process, get into habit of doing it. Thank you, Lati. So move on to next step. After you have done the first step, and once you are very good at it, and after few like a practice, and you can really get a handle on it. So then afterwards, you will find out, okay, which tool we will be using and to do the search. And I wanted to say, you always wanted to start with OneSearch, regardless of who tells you. And sometimes your professor maybe tell you, go to library, search this specific database. Just keep in mind, all library database articles, it's included in the OneSearch. So therefore, to start with OneSearch, it's the best place for your research. And then you can go to databases if needed. And sometimes OneSearch does not give you all the search bells and whistles. If your professor say you need to have a specific research article that is empirical studies, for example, and then you might want to go to a specific database to do search, but in general, you don't want to go to database first. You wanted to start with OneSearch first. Okay. Let's go back to our home page. Can you all see the home page?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
great, thank you. So once you're having all that process done, and then you can start doing search. So let's see, and let's do a first search, try to find articles. So now we are starting OneSearch process, and I'm going to show you article search first, then move to a book search. Okay. And I'm going to do social media marketing and young consumers, right? And these are the keywords that we came up with that based on our research topic. Once you type in, you just hit enter. As we have already learned, it's really a Google-like search. It's very easy to use. But here you're searching all library resources. Initially, when you get your search results, and you will get articles, book chapters, videos, and everything. And if you, let's say for this particular search, you just wanted to find articles, and also your professor often asks you to use scholarly and peer-reviewed journal articles. Now, how we are going to find scholarly and peer-reviewed journal articles? After you're getting the search results, it's very easy. And if you can all see here on the left, on the available at the Cal State L.A., and we can just click on scholarly and peer-reviewed journal articles and look at right here in our first search, we find 144,000 items in our search results. After we limited the search results down to scholarly and peer-reviewed journal articles, the number will be reduced. Now from 144,000 become 52,000, right? So after this narrowing down, you can further narrow down by like a subject area. If you, let's say, wants to a particular research, like if you just wanted to have a study or a particular subject area of concentration, you can further narrow it down. And you probably want to narrow it down by the date, you know, and sometimes your professors say that you cannot use articles 10 years or older. So you can just, from here, on the publication date, you can say, okay, I only want an article from 2015 and after. So we are narrow it down from 2015 to 2022. So then click on this refined little button, and then our search results will be reduced, further reduced from 50,000 to 24,000, right? And these are our results. Now, everything is available in the library and has the full text availability link. You can just click on that and access the article. Right now, we are searching Cal State L.A. collection. That's the first option. So that's why everything that we are searching is available in the library. So you can just click on it. And you can just click on the link. Now, once you click on it, you get article title, author's name, and which journal this particular article is published in, how many pages, and then so then you can just click on, I did it too fast, and you can just click on full text availability, click on this link. It tells you in this particular database, and then you click on that, you get onto this page. Here is your article, and you can download the PDF article right here. It's download PDF. If you can all see that, and then you can, or you can just read it online. Is that a very, very straightforward, right? And since we are here, I wanted to show you something. Now, this database is built using a lot of technology. One of the technology, the algorithm we are using, like the Amazon. I'm sure most of you shopping on Amazon, and Amazon has the feature that people bought this item also bought the following. So this is the same algorithm we are using. It tells you people read this particular article, influence of social media marketing communication on young consumers' attitudes, right? And also read the following. It tells you related reading, right? So you don't want to miss this area. You wanted to take a look what's in here, because these are very synonym, very similar articles that you don't need to run another search to get them. It's already presented to you. You just click on the link and access it. Okay, so this is, it's called a related reading. Don't miss that. This is the important aspect of our search.
Wait, Holly, wait a second. Can you show that again where you were just right now?
Okay.
So does this mean, like, for instance, I find a good article, like let's say, yes, I found this good article. It meets the requirements of my assignment. Are you saying that the articles that are on the right-hand side that are on a list are articles that I could also possibly use based on this one good article?
Yes, once you find very good point, Lati, and once you find a good article, look at the related reading. Basically, you can do your search in one step. You're done. And you can probably grab 3 articles that is most relevant to you and download them and start reading them. So the searching process shouldn't be very difficult or spending a lot of time on it. And the library to build this tool, it's just for you to have the easiest search. We want you to spend more time on reading, on your writing, not time spending on picking out articles, because we try to make this process very easy for you. And so you can just going down and to look at other articles if it's relevant and useful for you. Again, after you retrieve one article, if this one is useful, and look at the related reading and grab a couple more articles from here probably, right? So then in this one search session, you basically done your search for the article. And some of the things that you might also want to pay attention to, this little icons on top of each article. And this one, once you point your cursor on it, and it tells you, this is similar to our related reading, and it tells you that resources, the articles citing this article. So you can click on it to see, okay, what are some other articles also citing this article? And if there are a lot of articles citing this article, and you can tell, okay, this is a wonderful article that I just find, right? And you can take a look at that. And also you can take a look like the second little icon. It says this article, what are other sources this article used to write up this article? So you can, it's very similar to related reading. And so there are 2 more ways you can basically grab everything on your topic and at once. So and then also you can copy the article link. If you don't have time to read it, didn't download it, you can copy the link and save it and come back later. And or you can grab the citation from here, or you can save your citation and grab them later. So this is a little bit beyond this session, but I just wanted you to like spend a little bit of time to explore. Okay. Okay, so this is all the article search. And if you have a very obscure title and you are thinking, okay, and I just didn't find the article I want because this is the Cal State L.A. collection search. And then what you can do is from the search results, you can search beyond Cal State. You can search the whole article universe by clicking on this, including results beyond Cal State L.A. So you click on that, the search engine will launch another search. And then it will including articles that is not available at Cal State L.A. So how can we tell? And when articles is available at Cal State L.A., you see full text availability link. When articles is not at Cal State L.A., it tells you not available at Cal State L.A., but you can request this article to be sent to you. Now, before we do that, and I want to make sure that we sign in, because when we try to request the article, the library needs to know that's you who is requesting. So once we click on the sign in here, and this is the same sign in that you use just for your campus portal sign in. Okay, it's automatically signed me in already. So once I sign in, you can tell my name is showing here, right? Okay, so I sign in. Let's request this article because this article is very good and matches my topic, and it's not available in the library. But you click on that. And once you logged in, for articles, it's not available here. You will see this link, request this article. It's very easy to do. You click on request this article and you log in. This is the interlibrary loan service. You're supposed to have an account and a login. But if you don't have an account, don't worry. You can sign up right here. It says the first time users, please register before logging. Once you register, you will have a login ID and a password, right? Let me just, I remember my password. Yes. And once I click on that, and I logged in. Once I logged in, all the information, the journal information, the article information, the page numbers, the issues, all populated for me. What I only needed to do is submit this request. Once I submit this request, if it's during a work hour, and you can receive your article in a couple of hours. If it's during weekend, because it needs our interlibrary staff to process, so it has to be during their work hour. If it's you request in the evening and the weekend, it will be next day. But it's article comes electronically and it will be dropped in your email. So it's very easy. You can just open the article from an email link they send it to you. So I'm not going to request because I just, you know, I don't need this article. So it is very easy to do.
Holly, I'm noticing that we have a lot of articles that are available directly from Cal State L.A.
Yeah, that's only interlibrary loan. It's only as last results. If you are doing an obscure search, the Cal State L.A. does not have enough article for you, and you do this. You go to this step. I just wanted to make sure that you know this is available. So this is the article search, and there is no date end. So we have tons of millions of articles available at Cal State L.A. already. And if it's not available, you can always request from another library by just click on this search results beyond Cal State. When you click on this link, you are searching basically article universe. So for article search, we discussed how to enter your keywords, how to limit to scholarly peer-reviewed journal articles, and how to use the related reading articles, and also how to request articles when you don't find we have enough for your use. And all of these are free of charge. An interlibrary loan, it's no cost. You can request as many articles as you need. Okay, and next one, I'm going to try to show you the book search. The book search is also the same. We're searching Cal State L.A. collection. Okay, and then I'm going to also show you how you can search the CSU collection. So the whole 23 campus books you can search across. And let's do our search first to search what do we have in this library, okay? For book search, you want to be a little bit broader. Social media, social media marketing, and then we hit enter. So for library books, both print books or ebooks, it's all in this one search. And if it's a print book, you need to come to the library to pick it up. And if it's an online ebook, you can just read it online from your search results. So again, it's like the article search. When you get your search results, you get everything. You get books, you get articles, right? So you can then going down to this resource type area. And this is alphabetically ordered by resource type. If you don't see books listed, you can just click on this show more little link here, and then you will see, okay, books. You can just click on books. So that way it's eliminating all the articles and videos, anything else. So right now we only have books, right? And you can tell print book from an ebook. If it's an ebook, you will see online access link right here. Then you can just click and access. If it's a print book, it tells you if it's available and tells you it's available at the library and on what level and the call number. And the call number, it's a book's address, sort of. You need to copy down that call number if you wanted to come to the library to pick it up. You copy down the call number and then take it with you, go to second floor, Library North to get this book, then check it out at our service desk to take it home. And if you say, okay, I'm not going to go to campus, I just wanted to have an online book, you can even further limit your search. Say you want a full text online, that means ebooks. You can click on that. And then you eliminated all the print books and everything here you have access to. Just click on access online and you can read a book online.
Holly, you know, earlier you showed us about like how we could find articles that are here at Cal State LA and then at other, like outside of Cal State LA, in the article universe, as you said. Is there a way also to do a similar thing with books where we could find books that are in other Cal States, not just Cal State LA?
Perfect. This is what I'm going to show next. So if you say, okay, these are the books, let me uncheck this to redo a search. And these are the books are not enough for me. I need more books. So doing the same search, and then you can change your search scope here from a Cal State L.A. collection to CSU collection. Remember, CSU collection, it only contains print books. Okay, articles and ebooks are not included. And so once you select CSU collection and you select, click on the search button. Okay, so here is the CSU books. So with the CSU books, you have two options. Let's take a look of one of them. Number 3. Okay, social media marketing, it says check for available service. Click on that. Okay, once you logged in, we've already logged in, right? You can request this book directly using this CSU Plus service. But the next thing I wanted to show you, for any CSU books, you have 2 choices. And the first is to request it, directly send it to you. And the book will send it to the library and you need to come here to pick it up. Or taking about 2 to 3 days for a book to arrive from a different CSU. And then you can also check holdings at other campuses, because this is a 23 campus search. You can click on that to see if this particular book is available in a nearby CSU. In this particular case, you can see this book, it's available at Cal State Fullerton, right? So if you have a car, you can't wait for the library to get the book for you. You can drive up to Fullerton to get the book, but make sure it's available there. You can click on this link to check if it's available at Fullerton, but this one already tell you it's available in Fullerton. And your student ID it's good for any CSUs. You can just use your Cal State L.A. library student ID to check out the book at the bulletin. Some of the CSU libraries may make a new card for you based on your Cal State L.A. ID, but some of them may just take Cal State L.A. ID. Each campus has a different practice, but your student ID is good for any CSUs. You can check out the book there. And then once you finish using it, you can drop it off at our library, campus library, and we will ship it over for you. This service also has no charge. And if you don't have a car and you can wait for a couple of days, and you can always welcome to use the CSU Plus service. It's very easy to use. You can just click on that. And since you already log in, we know you are requesting and you sent the request. That's all. When the book is arrived and the library will send you a notice, say, hey, your book is here, come over to pick it up. That's all. It's very easy to do. So again, both books and articles has no dead end. So as long as you do your research, and the library will provide anything, everything you need for your writing, for your research. Okay, and this is basically a quick demo of how the book search works. That we learned how to search for all books in this library and how to narrow it down to ebooks only. And also we learned how to search for CSU collections and request books to be shipped over for you, or you can go there to pick it up. So again, once you do your research in the library, we are trying to do our best to meet your needs one way or the other. If we have it, great. If we don't have it, we will get it for you. So I hope that after today's session, and you are not telling us that I don't find a book, I don't find an article, because everything is sort of under your fingertips. But we are here, we are always here to help. If you have any questions and any difficulties in getting a particular books or articles or videos you need, and we will try our best to meet your needs. And that's basically what I plan to show you today. So again, we learned how to find a background information from beginning, right? Then how to define a more focused research topic. And then from there to draw keywords, and doing article search, and then doing book search.
And Holly, we have a question from Emily, who I'm gonna unmute right now. So,
okay,
Emily, do you want to go ahead and ask your question? You're breaking up just a little bit, Emily, and we can't hear you. Why don't you try again? And then if we still can't hear you, you could type in your question in the chat.
Yeah, I couldn't.
How you know which...
So Emily, I think if you want to go ahead and type in your question in the chat, because we can't really hear you. There's something wrong with the and let me see. I think we have so Emily, we can't hear you, but you can go ahead and type in the chat.
I'm going to stop sharing, otherwise I can't see the chat.
And basically, how you know which research topic is good to search about?
Oh, how do you know which research topic is good to write about it? And Okay, that's very good question, Emily. I think it needs to based on your class assignment, and you needed to make sure that it stick to the theme of the subject or your professor's instruction and your textbooks, and also sometimes your professor would give you a topic, and when your professor don't give you a topic, and when you needed to come up with your own topic, you needed to think about these areas, how that is relevant to the instruction, to the subject you're learning, and also if this is your interest and you have a great interest to find more about this topic and to have the interest to write about it. So that is also important criteria that I would imply.
Students, do you have any other questions? Let's see, I think I see a hand up. Andrea, go ahead and unmute and yeah.
Hi, thank you for all this information. It's very helpful and informative, and following along with the download that you provided us. But I do have a question. So I am working on my capstone this semester, and we're in the very beginning stages. And so we have to choose a topic on what we want our project to be. And so I just kind of wanted some advice based on the topic I've chose. My professor did say to be very specific, and so she did give me some suggestions behind my topic. And I just need to know exactly where to start, because we have to start doing our research within the next couple of weeks. And so I'm just kind of like, oh my God, which way do I turn? So I think I just need a little insight based on my topic, and starting with the OneSearch or the database, or how to search for my keywords. And I also had a question like quotes versus the and word, like when you have social media and young consumers, sometimes I've seen people put in like quotes between the keywords. So I don't know the difference. I guess I just need some guidance which way to go.
Good question. I believe, Lati, the other thing is very important that you guys all know that we are here for you, and each of you has your personal librarian, and those librarians are specialized in your major area. Lati, did you put a link there? And I can show you how to find them. And let me share the screen again. Go back to the home page. Do you all see my screen? Oh,
You don't see your screen, Holly? And then
okay, let me share
go ahead and share your screen, and then I'll put the link in the chat as well.
Okay, now you all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. So this is the library homepage. If you go in there and about the library and library contact, do you see subject librarians here? The link right here?
Yes.
Yeah, you click on that. You will get to a page that's arranged by colleges, and depending on which college you're in, like if you're natural social sciences, you click on that, you will see by major or department, who is your librarian, and you can always make appointment with any of those people. And Lati and I, we are sort of Lati responsible for instruction, and I'm responsible for library resources. So we don't have a specific department, but you're welcome to contact us, and our information, it's also listed here. Like if you click on e-resources, you can find me, and feel free if you think that I can help you, make appointment with me, and we can work things out and work things together based on your specific topic.
Thank you.
Does that help? Yeah, and just keep in mind and maybe make a good friend with this librarian and who will guide you through your research process throughout your tenure here at the Cal State.
Yeah, I'm just putting in the chat in here how key it is to develop a habit of consulting with your librarians. Most definitely, we're going to put our email addresses in the link. Okay, so here goes mine first, and then Holly, if you want to do that as well. What happens is that basically, like the question that you just asked, Andrea, you know, I have sort of a topic, but I'm not really sure like where to go with it, how to narrow it down. What happens in a research consultation is you have a conversation with a librarian, and we are trained. We've earned degrees actually. So we've been trained on how to move you from sort of this like foggy area of like, how do I get started, to very narrowly tracking down exactly the scholarly material that you're going to need and how to evaluate that scholarly material and put it to use in your paper. And we would show you very specific strategies, like how to, you know, what's the difference between like connecting those terms using the word and, how to use the word or. And then next week at 4:30, when we have another Library Live session, that's actually what I'm going to be talking about a little bit when I talk about databases. So today's, so if you want to, another way to sort of build these skills is to kind of come to these different sessions because they kind of build on each other, so that today we got a really excellent beginning point for how to start your research. Not only like, you know, how to start from a huge topic by understanding how to use background information to narrow it down and find keywords to then find articles and books about your topic. But we're also going to follow that up with how to do research for peer-reviewed articles using the databases that are specialized to particular subject areas. And I'm going to talk about what you were describing, Andrea, in terms of connecting those words using what's called Boolean connectors. That's kind of a librarian term. And then the next workshops that we're going to have in Library Live are going to cover citations in APA and MLA. We're going to talk about reading strategically for college. We're going to talk about annotated bibliographies, literature reviews, all this stuff. So we really hope that you'll continue to come to these free sessions. Keep an eye out on the Library Live website. And then also keep an eye out and subscribe to the Cal State L.A. YouTube, because that's where we're also going to post the recordings. And then, you know, you always have us. So that's another thing too that we encourage you to do, is just reach out directly to us, and we can get started on taking a look at your particular research project.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you should one thing I think you should just feel you are supported, and we are always here for you, and don't feel at any minute that you're just being left and wondering how you're going to do certain things, particularly in research. And we are all here for you. So anytime, schedule appointment with us, with your subject librarians. Yeah, they are very helpful. These librarians, as Lati said, are all trained in your particular subject area.
Okay, so I think if there aren't any other questions, I think we'll go ahead and conclude. So you have my email there in the chat. You have Holly's. Feel free to take a snapshot of that if you want. We will have this session recorded and available to you, so you could look at it again. We'll also have the handout that Holly provided for us today that walked us through the step-by-step process for how to begin your research project. We'll have that available too on the Library Live website. And then, you know, just in case you have any sort of question, you know, I didn't really get this part, don't be shy. Email us. or email your subject librarian. And then we can help you get the answer to that question. Does that sound pretty good? Okay, thank you very
Okay.
much, everybody.
Thank you again.